Hey guys, this video is for our kindergarten and first grade team for June, week 2. So our theme for the whole summer is Amped, Live Fully Alive, and our life app is Confidence, living like you believe what God says is true. So last week we talked about how Jesus is the cornerstone of the church, and our bottom line was Jesus matters most. This week our story is about Gideon, and our bottom line is God can use you no matter what. So our memory verse for this month is, here is something I am sure of. I will see the Lord's goodness while I am still alive. Psalm 27:13. So heading over to our leader guide for the week. First, I just want to say thank you for serving this summer. I'm so grateful for all of you that continue to serve for the kids that we have on Sunday mornings. It's great stuff that we're teaching about this summer, so thank you. So make sure when you get here at 8:30 and 10:30 to take a few minutes to just pray about the morning. Pray for your small group. Pray that these kids, maybe they feel like they're too little to make a big difference, but pray that God would just give them the confidence to try something new or to stand up for what's right, just knowing that they can be used by God no matter what. So when kids start to roll in, you'll have your activity stations, just depending on how many kids and how many leaders you have. Our ob turns are out of town this weekend, so we'll just have to see how many squad kiddos that we have coming in to help. But you may not be able to sit with one group of kids as they play. You might just have to kind of bebop around. Then when service starts at 9 and 11, you're going to do a little intro game called Smallest. So you're going to have kids get into teams of 3. And if for some reason we have fewer than 6 kids in one of our rooms, just keep them all together. And you're just going to play a real-life sorting game using the kids. So you're going to have them in their little groups line up shortest to longest hair, line up smallest to biggest shoe size, line up smallest to biggest hands, and so on. So they're just going to kind of sort themselves in their group. And then after you've done a few, you're going to line up the groups without telling them why, what your reason is for sorting them. And you're going to let the groups look around at their friends and see if they can figure it out. So, like you might line them up from tallest to shortest or whatever it might be, and then shuffle the groups and play again. So then you'll just close that activity by saying, you guys did a great job working together to get in order. Did you notice something that was alike in all the ways that I lined you up? Yeah, I always had the smallest or the shortest line up first. So in large group, we're going to hear about how God used someone who felt small to do something really big. So then you're going to lead your large group down to the large group area. Down in the large group area, you'll hear a story this week. So just sit with your kids, help them to engage and to listen. And then when you get back, you're going to do an activity called Confident or Not Confident. So you're going to need this activity page here down at the bottom. It says Confident or Not Confident. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the kids gather around you in a circle, and you're going to read one of the scenarios from this page. So each paragraph is a different scenario. And you're going to tell kids, okay, guys, if the kiddo in the situation is confident, you guys are going to hold up a torch and blow your horns just like Gideon and his army did. So then show them, hold a torch, and they go doo-doo with their hands. And then if they're not confident, you're just going to stand there quietly. So you can add in scenarios if you want, or you can just read the 5 scenarios that are on the page. And then you're going to say, whoa, did every child choose confidence? Yeah, was it always easy for them to be confident? No, it wasn't. But no matter what they faced, they all trusted God to help them. So was Gideon confident at first? No, he wasn't, was he? But even though Gideon felt small and unimportant, God gave him the confidence and the courage to lead an army into battle and to win. God made Gideon a strong and mighty warrior. So then maybe if you can think of it, make it personal. Tell kids about a time when God asked you to do something, but maybe you lacked the confidence to do it. Maybe it was even leading a small group for Oakbridge kids. And then tell how God gave you the confidence and helped you. So when might you need God's help to be confident? And there's all these different little things that they might need God's help with. So God helped me be confident even though I was scared or I wasn't sure. And God can help you be confident too. All you need to do is ask him and trust him. So remember, just like God used Gideon no matter what, and just like God used me no matter what, God can use you no matter what too. And he can give you the confidence to be strong and mighty just like Gideon. So then for our memory verse activity, you're just going to have a volunteer open the Bible to the memory verse page for this month. And then you're going to read the verse out loud and teach the kids the motions. And then You're going to just practice saying it together. Encourage kids to say the verse with you as they learn it. And after each time you say it, kids are going to hold up a torch with their left hand and blow the trumpet with their right hand, just like Gideon's army did. So this just kind of tells you might need kids to mirror you however you're standing. So then you'll close that activity down by saying, so how did Gideon see God's goodness? God helped him fight the Midianites and they won. God gave him confidence. When do you see God's goodness? So then there's all these examples. Maybe see if kids can come up with anything. Psalm 27:13 tells us that we can be confident and that we'll see God's goodness. We can be confident that we'll see God's goodness because he is good. And then it just practices the verse again. So if you can be confident that you'll and then see the goodness of the Lord, hold a torch and blow a trumpet for God. Yay. And so in our memory verse, instead of saying confident, it says sure of. So that's when we make muscle arms. All right, then you'll just close down in prayer. And in prayer, you're going to need this little activity page that talks about a leafcutter ant, and this one that talks about a rhinoceros beetle. And it says, so we do have pretend ants, which are kind of creepy, and all the kids get to take one of those. And it says, so you're going to pass them out and let kids hold it. And you're going to show them these pictures and tell them how each insect is small, but it can do really mighty things. And then you will just use this little conversation. So ants and rhinoceros beetles may be small, but God gave them amazing strength. And Gideon felt small too, but God knew what Gideon could be when he relied on his strength. God knew that Gideon could be a mighty warrior. So maybe you feel like Gideon did. Maybe you feel like you're not important or that other people are more important than you. But God can use you no matter what, no matter how small you are, no matter how old you are, no matter how quick you are. God made you and you are important to him. And that's why the story of Gideon is so amazing. It reminds us that God can use anyone to do anything. So here's one thing to give you confidence today. God can use you no matter what. And then pray together. So then as adults arrive, make sure kids have a parent cue and a memory verse card if they didn't get one last week. And then just have kids tell their parents who Gideon is and what their little ant has in common with Gideon. Just that God can use you no matter what. So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for serving. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.